Welcome to Vision Plus and welcome back to this for mathematics. We are looking at finding the center and the radius when we are given the equation of a circle in the expanded form. Example 5 says that we need to find the center and the radius of the circle below. So these equations are in the expanded form. So let us see how we can find the center in each. Part A says x squared plus y squared minus 4x plus 2y minus 5 out of 4 equals to 0. By assessment, I showed you a simple trick which is quicker, and the center is given by you come to the coefficient of x to get a. If it is negative, you make it positive. Positive 4 divided by 2 is 2. Then you come to the coefficient of y to give you b. It is positive here. We change it to negative. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. So in the end, we must get these coordinates. So let us compare this equation to the equation of the circle, which is in this form, equals to 0. So on comparing the terms and coefficients, you see that negative 4, which is a coefficient of x, corresponds to negative 2a, which is the coefficient of also x. Therefore, negative 4 equals to negative 2a. If you work out, you find that a is positive 2. At the same time, the coefficient of y 2 equals to the coefficient of y negative 2b. Then you find that b is negative 1. So we had them 2 and negative 1. Therefore, your center becomes 2 and negative 1. After getting the center, that is the only way you can find the radius, because you know that c, which is negative 5 out of 4, has the formula that c is given by a squared plus b squared minus r squared. Substitute for c. C is negative 50, is negative 5 out of 4, then equals to, what is a? A is 2 squared plus what is b? Negative 1 squared, and then minus r squared. Then from here, you can work out the r. Let's make r the subject here. So I have 2 squared plus negative 1 squared. It is that I have to carry this side. So plus 5 divided by 4 square root. So I'm getting my r. So I'm getting my r as 2.5. Therefore, my radius r is 2.5 units. In that manner, please work this out and get the value of r. Let me press again to prove mine. I get that. Then I'm going to add 5 divided by 4. Then I get the square root. Yeah, I'm getting 2.5. So that is the radius in part A. In the same way, we go to part B. Question B is x squared plus y squared plus 3x plus 11 out of 16 equals to 0. We're going to compare it to the original equation of the circle. Now, by assessment, you come to the coefficient of x, which is 3. Okay? You change the sign. If it is plus, you make it minus. So negative 3 divided by 2 is simply negative 3 out of 2 in fractions. Or you can write it in decimal as negative 1.5. They are the same. But if you look here, there is no term in y. There is no term containing y. That means the coefficient of y was 0. So that 0 times y is 0. And it disappeared. This means that the coefficient of y is always b. So the coefficient of y b is 0. And let's see if we can get them by comparing it to the equation of the circle given by x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 2by plus c equals to 0. And then comparing here, you see that 3 positive 3 corresponds to negative 2a. Therefore, 3 corresponds to negative 2a. Both sides by negative 2, both sides by negative 2. So a is negative 3 out of 2. Or simply negative 1.5. They are the same. You can write in fraction or decimal as long as it is not a recurring decimal. It is a terminating decimal. In the same manner, also, if we look here we don't have a term in y. That means the coefficient of y in the given equation was 0. So 0 equals to, now the coefficient of y in the original form is negative 2b equals to negative 2b. And then we find b. Find that b equals to 0. Therefore, our center becomes negative 3 out of 2 and 0. And that is the center for part B. And then, what about the radius? Now, the radius is given by, let us first get C on comparing. C is 11 out of 16. C was 11 out of 16. But we also know that C is given by A squared plus B squared minus R squared. Substitute. So C, therefore, C is 11 out of 16. I'm trying to save space, equals to, what is A? A is negative 3 out of 2 square plus, what is B? B is 0 squared minus R squared. Then we press the calculator. Negative 3 divided by 2 squared plus 0 squared. And then I carry R besides, also minus 11 divided by 16. Then I take the square root. So I'm getting R, which you must get on simplifying as 1.25. Let me prove again. Negative 3 divided by 2 squared. And then minus 11 divided by 16. Then I take the square root. Yeah, I'm getting 1.25. So therefore the radius R in example B, R is 1.25 units, which you can have in fractions, no problem. So that is the center and that is the radius in part B. Let us go to part C, which you can even try out. Please stop the video and try out part C, and then you just come and check if you are passed it. Part C says that we have x squared plus y squared minus 10y out of 3 minus 8 out of 3 equals to 0. By mere assessment, the center, look for the term in x, not x squared and not y squared. This, just forget about them. The thing that you need to do is to make sure that their coefficients are 1, 1. Now, there's no term in x here. That means the coefficient of x was 0. So a is 0. And now the term in y is here. It is negative 10 out of 3. I told you that we start by changing the sign to positive. So here we shall have positive 10 out of 3. Positive 10 out of 3 divided by 2. I'm getting positive 5 out of 3. Let's see if we can get that answer. So we're going to compare to x squared, which is the equation of a circle, minus 2ax minus 2by plus c equals to 0. On comparing here, if we start with the term in x, this equation does not have any term in x. That means the coefficient of x in that case was 0. So 0 equals to negative 2a. That means a equals to 0. Which we have there. In the same way, the coefficient of y is negative 10 out of 3. So negative 10 out of 3 equals to negative 2b. Negative 2b. What do we do here? We simply divide both sides by negative 2. So negative 10, there's the calculator, open bracket, negative 10 divided by 3, close the bracket. But we are dividing that answer by negative 2. There is equal sign. I'm getting 1.6666 recurrent. Change the fractions. Shift and ABC. We shall get 5 out of 3. But there are very many options here. Someone could Start by multiplying both sides by 3 to eliminate the fractions, and then you continue to find b. You get that same answer. Therefore, our center is 0, 0 and 5 out of 3. So after getting the coordinates of the center, we need to find the radius. So also we have seen that C is negative 8 out of 3. They correspond. Negative 8 out of 3 corresponds to C. Don't forget to carry the sign. But also C is given by A squared plus B squared minus R squared. Substitute for C as 8 out of 3 as negative 8 out of 3 please, equals to A, which is 0 squared, plus B, which is 5 out of 3 squared, and then minus R squared. Then here you look for R. So 0 squared plus 5 divided by 3 squared. This one comes here, plus 8 divided by 3. So I'm getting R. On simplifying, I'm getting that R is 7 out of 3. Please, you must find it your way. But if you want to know how to use a calculator faster, book a free session with me, and we shall use that session to go through the calculator and how well you can use it to save your time. So let me prove 5 divided by 3 squared plus 8 divided by 3, then the square root. Yes, I'm getting 7 out of 3. And therefore, the radius R is 7 out of 3 units. Please go on and solve this. Yes, there are many other steps, like 4, 5 steps for you to get R, which is okay. And it is the same as using the calculator, because we know that calculators are allowed for use in the exams. So this is the solution to example 5, and this is the aim of finding the center and the radius when we are given the expanded equation of a circle. Thank you.